Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.
Hello everyone, it's Sunday, which means it's a hangout night. Let me just move that mic, it's a bit too close for me. So I hope everyone is doing well and having a great weekend. I've got a couple of little things that I don't normally do on streams, or I haven't done for a while, which is opening a couple of little bits. That's the packages to open. We're going to talk about Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. We're also going to be talking about extreme spots in wrestling. We are going to have a little chat about how Penta is going. Now his brother has been confirmed pretty much as going across to WWE. And we're having the quiz. We're always having the quiz on a Sunday. That's what we're here for. So if you've had a good weekend, let me know in the chat. Mark has already been in since before 9 o'clock. For the first time in 11 years, Hornswoggle will be making an appearance at WWE World on Friday the 18th. That's the day before night 1 of WrestleMania. Looks like your numbers on our list of Black's promos on SmackDown after Mania. I expected that. Supposedly, Ray Fenix is debuting this coming Friday on SmackDown, but we will see. We will see. This coming Raw is seen as last appearance scheduled until Mania itself. So it's about 4 or 5 weeks away. It's 4 weeks, I think, isn't it? Yeah, about that. But I will be here tomorrow night covering it live. At TNA Unbreakable, there will be a new title unveiled. Is there any rumours on what it could be, Mark? Because I am excited for that. 27 years ago, X-Pac joined China and Triple H in the new DX. That's the one where Shawn Michaels has been ousted, and I think later on in the night they also brought in the New Age Outlaws. As confirmed on Friday, the next induction into the WWE Hall of Fame is going to be Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, which is the match itself. So that is Austin's second induction and Bret Hart's third Hall of Fame induction. The first one was obviously as an individual, then you had the Hart Foundation, and now for his match, his iconic match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Jack saying, how are you doing, Jack? That match is your favourite match of all time, across every promotion. How about it's going in? Love the quiz. I know you do. And I have something that you might recognise a little bit. If I do that, do you recognise that a little bit? I'm going to be opening that sooner. And I'm going to be opening this one later. So you'll have to stick around to see what that one is. We've got Aaron in. How you doing, dude? Hope that workbook all right for you. You know what I'm on about. Did we on purpose? We'll see. One of the most fun, ridiculous matches with the teeny tiny ladders. Yes, how do everyone? Now then. Tomorrow's Raw is a home game for you. Yeah, it's only around the corner in a way. Not a clue on what the title could be. It could just be a new design. No, not a problem at all. As soon as we get any information, I'm sure one of the guys will be letting us know. 27 years ago, we got an Attitude Era World title. What a piece of beauty that was. It's kind of Ken Shamrock's first induction. He was part of the match. Yeah, he was the special guest ref. And there is rumours of him going in as well for this year, I think. When not the parcels, such superb rapping by you. I know. So I am going to start off by opening the package that Jack sent me. And then we're going to get talking about Tiffany Stratton. So I apologise about the sound on the microphone to start with. Be very careful not to just display my full address to everyone. I'm already all over it, Mark. Do not worry. So Jack has been to the WWE shop that they have got in London at the moment, with everything going on. And he was like, do you want a t-shirt? I did say to send me your bank details, so if you hurry up and send your bank details, I will be able to actually send you the money for it. But look at this absolute thing of beauty. That is just an absolute banger of a t-shirt. The neon is amazing. So what I am going to do, I'm just going to move the microphone again. Sorry, guys. I don't care. I'm already wearing a t-shirt and a jumper. Jack's awesome enough where he deserves this. Let's get it on. There we go. Outfit change. And we got a little sparkle off the little reflective bit. That was awesome. So, surprised he's not in on his own yet. Definitely deserves it. I think he does. He might not have had a very long run, but it was an iconic run. So, I think he deserves it. Is it 1600 Pennsylvania Ave? 64 Zool Lane? Any other addresses you want to throw my way? To be honest, how much was a shirt? I think most of the shirts at the shop are about £40. Between sort of 25 to 40 quid, depending on what it is. Obviously, Cody looked immense. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Jack. And like I said, get your bank details sent over, and I will send you the money for it. And a little bit extra. But you know you have got something coming at some point. I just haven't had a day off to go get it sorted. I can't wait to see, because I know Jack's excited for what I'm going to be sending him at some point. So the first thing we are going to talk about tonight is Tiffany Stratton, and basically her sort of feud with Charlotte Flair that has, I don't honestly know if it's lacked anything, mainly because for I don't know how long, probably the last sort of few weeks, it just seems Charlotte has been burying everything about Tiffany Stratton. So there we go. So Charlotte and Tiffany have had a good few promos back and forth, and they really seem to be burying Tiffany Stratton. I don't know if this is to really push Charlotte as the heel, or it is just because they don't have the faith in Tiffany anymore. What do you guys think? Do you think that Tiffany has felt weak in this feud so far? Or do you think it's something where she could quite easily regain her stature? Charlotte's burying her. I think you could use the word bullying as well. I think that would be pretty much on the mark. Mark has actually said, Charlotte's going, doesn't work for me, sister. Yeah. Very sort of creative control, very Hulk Hogan-esque, if you like. So, yeah, both women, I think, are absolutely fantastic. You've got, I don't want to say last generation because Charlotte is still very current generation, but you've got a previous round of absolute magnificence in the ring, can cut a promo to rival anybody, in all honesty. But with that, is Tiffany just a little bit exposed, could you say? If Tiffany's a bit exposed, do we see Charlotte winning and getting that world title at WrestleMania? What do you think? Tiffany's had a good reign, then Charlotte came back. And Charlotte's gone, I'm the blonde bombshell of this division. You've got no chance against me. That's sort of, I think, what Mark's saying, and I think this is exactly the way that it feels. It's that I want Tiffy to win, but I can tell Charlotte's booking this. It does feel like Charlotte's basically had free reign over what's been said, how she's been portrayed as well as how Tiffany's been portrayed in this feud. And I think it's a little bit of a shame because I think this could be Tiffany's crowning moment. If Tiffany wins at WrestleMania, and I think she will be, I do think this is where Tiffy gets this rocket. And I mean, it's strapped to her back because she's already the women's world champion, but it is going to help elevate her by beating one of these pillars of the women's division. Rick's going to be, let's be real, Tiff's got no chance, got to keep the Flairs happy. I kind of understand where Mark's coming from with that. I do think it's a very valid point, but I just think that you've got to have the babyface overcome the heel in this sort of feud. Tiffany's not been able to get any sort of momentum, any comeback over Charlotte on these interviews they've had the past few weeks. And it does seem to be a very lopsided program and a very lopsided promo battle. Unless over these next few weeks you're going to have Tiffany come back and start fighting, I think it's going to be a bit of a shame. Tiffany is obviously the newer blonde on the block. Charlotte's obviously been around for a few years. But do you think that there could be a switch up of style of character? Because Tiffany's obviously got this really good, fun gimmick. Charlotte's the very heel. She came back as a face, and then the crowd instantly didn't take to it after she'd won the Royal Rumble. How are you doing, Michael? You had a good weekend, man? So Jack's put, just watch the Women's Rumble to see Charlotte's going to steamroll. She's only one of 30 who got pyro. Yeah. It's a great point, Jack. Thank you very much. Mark saying if it was anyone else but Charlotte, Tiffany would win, but it's Charlotte. She doesn't want kids winning. She doesn't, but again, I think Triple H is one where he's thinking of the overall picture and not just about the Flairs. I don't think Charlotte will have any creative control in her contract, which I absolutely hope so. So if she does, that to me is a bit of a shame because you're going to ruin an absolutely phenomenal talent with the prettiest Montall ever. So I do think that it could be a bit of a shame if you have Charlotte winning this WrestleMania match. Because there has been so many different instances of Charlotte seeming to have the upper hand. 100% Tiffany should be winning this, but we all know Charlotte's history with young talent. We do. And that is the biggest thing that does worry me about this feud going forward. There's no real point where Charlotte has felt like she's going to get any comeuppance, and that's where I think if you're going to do this storyline all the way till WrestleMania of Charlotte just being dominant on the microphone, you can't have Charlotte winning. Sam's in, how are you doing? Hopefully joining on one soon. Been out for the in-laws anniversary meal, a bit tipsy, full and tired, barely even home these days. So you're not staying for the quiz at the end. Let's just get back to me. And look at the awesome t-shirt. Look at that. Gotta love a little bit. Hi Jess, how are you doing? Michael saying Charlotte's the 2010 Cena of the current day and the 2000s version of Triple H, if you like, and the 1990s version of Shawn Michaels, and then the 80s version of Hogan. When Rhea won the strap off Charlotte at 39, Charlotte rolled out the ring smiling. Belt was now on. Another great talent. Saw that as a total reigning, but they wanted to break Rick's. Yeah. I do think that is where they are going to want to do it. They are going to want Charlotte to beat Ric Flair's record. I think you might even get Cena doing it. So you've got two brand new champions that are the overall Grand Slam, most matches won, if you like. She's tipsy too. Well, have fun later. Nancy's Austin, yeah. So that we'll have that for the end of the Charlotte stuff. So I'm just going to get this ready. That tab. And in between, we are going to have a game of nips. I just had to remember who this one was before I actually brought it up. So, game of nips. I'll just get through these last couple beforehand. Pre-orders that they're ready. Think it's coming June. Going to take it to Norway this summer. Charlotte's already has a record. Don't remember Rick winning 16 women's world titles. I mean, he'd probably claim it. Oh no, Hogan's the one that'd probably claim that. So, who is this? Wrong one. I always forget which one I've moved on to. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. No, I'll go to that one. I'll leave it on that one for now. So, who is that one? Whose nipples are them? Rick Rude. It's not ravishing Rick Rude. He's a lot more toned than that, Mark. Can stay for the nips. I thought you might. Michael's gone for Ric Flair. It's not Ric Flair. You might want to stay until the end, Jack, Sam, because I've got this, which is I don't know. It's a trading card of some sort. It's still sealed. So I decided to treat myself to something. So we're going to open that in a bit. Shanties, nope. Keep guessing, get them guesses in. Yeah, come on. Whose lovely nipples are those? It's not Test. Good guess, though. Definitely a good guess. Shanky, no. Take it to New Orleans. I thought you might. So, come on. Who's going to get the right answer? Pokemon. Nope. It is a wrestling-based one. So, yeah, get them guesses coming. Scotty Too Hotty. Great shout, but it's not Scotty Too Hotty. So, keep going. Guess, guess, guess. So, what do you think? Pre-Attitude Era. Yeah, just about. Pre-Attitude Era. Early mid-90s, but still Attitude Era. Yeah, somewhere on there. So it's not going to be the Great Khali. It's not Hardcore Holly. It's way too early to be Seth. Didn't know it was live. We've got the notification bell ticked. That will always tell you when we are going live, dude. Although I'm going to take him to the big cemetery there. Not creepy at all. No. Not creepy at all walking around the cemetery. It's not Bradshaw. Earlier than Bradshaw. It's not Steve Blackman. It's not the Ringmaster. All very good guesses, all not far off the mark. What if I said, if I remember rightly, Wrestlemania headliner? Wrestlemania headliners. WrestleMania main events. So, yes, did headline WrestleMania. Austin. Nice plug, obviously. Steve Austin. It's not Stud. We've got a winner. It's Aaron. It is Psycho Sid or Sid Justice or Sid Vicious, whichever you want to call him. But yeah, there goes that one. Yeah, we've already had it. Sid. But Aaron got it before anyone else. Well done, Aaron, dude. Congratulations on that one. So, going to come back to me for a quick minute. Because, yeah, we are going to be doing... Oh, that one. Not going to do the Wrestle Talk joke about Sid. Okay. I'm not sure 100% what it is. What happened to Dan? wasn't on Wednesday. I'm not sure on Wednesday. I think he might have been in London with his partner. Planning on watching Wrestlemania 13, so nice. Not bad at all. Yeah, well done, Aaron, man. Just for those who don't know, Aaron used to be my assistant manager at O2 when I used to do phone sales. He's still doing phone sales, whereas I'm in furniture, so a little bit of difference. But he's doing well. That's the main thing. So that one, let's have a look. So yeah, this next bit, I am going to do a trigger warning because there is going to be some images that I bring up that are a little bit graphic and a little bit on the nerve of squeamish, that sort of thing. So just so people are aware, you have got time. If you don't want to flick it off, I will, once we've done the video, put a timestamp on there afterwards if I can work out how to do it. There goes monetization. Yeah, we don't really get a lot of monetization on these ones anyway, so I'm not that bothered. But we are going to be talking about the extreme spots in wrestling at the minute. We saw one last week on Dynamite, which I'm sure every one of you guys have seen. It's John Moxley, obviously, with the 2x4 with spikes on there. I am going to be bringing the image up in a second. So again, if you are a bit squeamish, be very careful. And we will obviously try and get the timestamp in. So you've had plenty of warning. So Moxley's spot where he got suplexed with that spiked back, are these spots getting too dangerous? That is my main point I want to talk about. We have seen a lot of spots previously, mainly from people like Moxley, where there is a very high squeamish factor, blood, that sort of thing. Next time, putting the ad settings on high. Okay. So Michael's getting ready for GCW, talking about extreme. I mean, GCW, again, a very poignant company that do these sort of things. Mark saying Mox should never be a head booker again. It's just sauce here. Sam, there you go. It was just gross in my opinion. I think the spot itself was cool. It was different. We haven't seen anything like that before. We've seen it with stuff like tacks and barbed wire. But this, to me, is on the verge of being way too far for a TV show. Pay-per-view, I think you have got a little bit more leeway. At least GCW washed the stuff. Yeah. AW don't wash or check the nails. I think if Moxley was doing it, I think he would be safe. But there's other spots as well that we have seen from AEW, which again, they are individually at the time can be very interesting. So this one, you don't see it, but it is a little bit of needles and yeah, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Page, inside the steel cage, where there was a needle pushed through the cheek of Swerve Strickland. So Jack's put the spots are cool individually, but how frequent they are, it's like weekly CZW show. Yeah. You had stuff like the pizza cutter from Nick Gage in AEW on Chris Jericho. I think that bit was ridiculous. And then the timing of the pizza advert was absolutely hilarious. But that was completely different. So Sam's put not into hardcore wrestling himself. When it's done so casually, it kills the point. It kills the actual shock of it as well. Pretty sure they do a praise GAHY before it's used. Yeah, if you're going to do the spot, wear a lot of t-shirts. Yes, I agree with that. Michael saying, as a deathmatch fan, little scared when this happened. It was, yeah, grim. And Mark saying the swerve spot was dumb. We've seen stuff like this, obviously more mainstream in AEW. GCW do have these sort of things go on every so often as well, but obviously stuff like CZW do sometimes take it very far. There is a documentary on YouTube where there is a what looks like a hockey puck with thumbtacks on it, and it's actually driven into someone's skull, and you can see him afterwards trying to get it out, and that is very grim as well. Pizza Cutter was sick, especially with the ad allegedly put there at WWE's request. I don't know if they'd get the choice of that. I doubt it, but it was ridiculous timing. But even in WWE, you had the Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And again, Drew McIntyre went through hell in that match. So Daz is saying, was it Extreme Rules? Yeah, it was Extreme Rules, Street Fight, whatever you want to call it, but it was no rules on it, basically. And that's why it went like that. But okay. So Sam's just put, used to enjoy the old Jimmy Havoc death matches, but everyone had a purpose. Wasn't even a big ECW guy. Yeah. Last night, GCW took it a little too far to use an actual blade. I think for me, I always go back to it because it is probably my favourite match of all time. Royal Rumble 2000, and it was Cactus Jack versus Triple H. There was thumbtacks, there was barbed wire, there was steel chairs. But all of it in there wasn't an overall grim picture. There was obviously that last visual of Mick Foley with the thumbtacks over his face, and after taking the pedigree onto them. That to me was very of the time. And I know things do get ramped up a little bit further down the line, but sometimes is it too far for a TV audience? I think that is where I draw my line on it. Hardcore Focus is what kept me from fully getting on board with GCW. CZW was just the amateur version. Yeah, I think so. And then, I mean, you'll look at Drew McIntyre's back. This is after the Hell in a Cell match with CM Punk. With that, you can see some huge marks on there all across the back where he hit the steel steps with the edge of his back after going for a Claymore. There is a lot of other marks. I mean, especially where you can see just around here, top of the arm. You've got a huge mark down here. And then obviously loads of land across the back. Just tell a story, that's always enough. Yeah, a little bit of blood and a little bit of colour, as they call it, obviously, in the business, does help accentuate the story. We talked about it earlier on. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13. That, to me, was very apt for the match. There was a lot of rivalry. There was a chunk of blood, but it was done controlled, if you like. I know that the bits we've spoken about have always been controlled up to a certain point, but you just can't. Going back to the Moxley spot, one of them spikes could have landed wrong in his back into his spine. That, to me, is where it is too far. The Hell in a Cell Drew Punk was artfully put together. It earned the spot. When You Walk In was still good, trained by Jimmy Havoc. Don't mind that much now for obvious reasons. Yeah, I agree. But, yeah. The Hell in a Cell match was fantastic. Mick versus Edge had thumbtacks. Fire as well in that one. Not steel chairs, but yeah, steel chairs, as well as tables. And again, all of it put together was very well done. And Samper, and yeah, that was great. It made sense. Look at the gash on the right. Yeah, just there. Again, very, very sore looking. I bet that was sore for a good few days afterwards. Sam's still chasing that dragon. I bet you are. I bet you are. Punk and McIntyre made sense. They were at that point. Yeah, exactly. And that was my main reason wanting to chat about this is, are you doing dangerous, risky spots for the sake of doing dangerous and risky spots to get the shock value? I know Moxley is good with that because he likes to get eyes on the business. But sometimes can it be for the wrong reasons? Would that put people off? Bret versus Stone Cold is good. Yeah, it's absolutely gutted now. It's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Cactus Triple H duology in 2000. Every hardcore spot was deserved. CZW don't always do that. I agree with that one, Jack. Again, the Hell in a Cell match that they had at No Way Out 2000. Cactus Jack Mick Foley's retirement, if you like, because he did put his career on the line, even though he was back about a month later for WrestleMania. The match itself was fantastic. It built and built and built, and him going through the cell with that one, it was a calculated spot. It was kind of planned, and it worked in that story. Mick getting thrown off the top of the cell, it was something that he'd, again, kind of calculated. He'd lied to Vince McMahon about it, saying he'd been up to the top and had a look. But again, that one could have gone seriously wrong. And then going through the cell further on in the match, it was planned, but not to go down that way. It was meant to get back body dropped on top of the cell, but ended up falling through it, which was a complete shock. But luckily, Mick Foley was safe. He did have, I think it was a fractured rib or a punctured lung, something like that. His teeth obviously was knocked out going through his lip into his nose. But again, are these things getting too dangerous where someone could be injured for life in the ring? And this is where I don't want it to happen. Edge versus Moxley was forced for shock value, yeah. And it was, that to me should have been on a pay-per-view, and it should definitely not have been on a free TV show on a weekly basis. Mox could have put himself in a wheelchair after that spot, 100%. And that is my sort of factor of, I think it was too far. The Hell in a Cell is often overlooked to an extent because of the 98. Mankind Take a Cell was great, but Cactus Triple H is 5-star. I love that match. Sam's going to go watch some Daredevil in bed, so I'll catch you later. No, that's not you. I'm sure it's not. Netflix and Snooze. I'm sure it is. Enjoy Sam, enjoy Jess, and enjoy each other. But you'll love it, Mark. So Mark's not doing any spoilers, but you will love it. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of have a little chat about that, because I do think that the spots are sometimes going a bit too dangerous for the general crowd. There is obviously guys that do super love this, but it's not for me on a day-to-day sense. So I am going to do another Nips game before we talk about Penta. So I just had to double check who this one was again. So I'm going to have another Nips game. Where till full, she's got no hope. Oh, that's unlucky for Jess. Michael's saying enjoy the direct. Yeah, enjoy the show. But while we are, wrong one. Whose nipples are those? So this one, I don't know if it's an easy one. I don't know if it's a hard one. You've got quite a lot of chest there and a little bit of arm, so have a guess. I don't think this one should take you too long. So Mark's gone, it's the Old Taker. It's not the Old Taker. It's not Triple H either. Keep the guesses coming. You can guess as many times as you like. There is no limit on how many guesses you can have. But first person to get it right. It's not Festus. It's not Kane. Good guesses. I can see the Kane resemblance. I can see the Festus resemblance. It's not Seth. Seth's got way too much hair on his chest. It's not Edge. Keep the guesses coming. It's not Jericho. So Daz has gone for Jericho. It's not Jericho, but keep going. Who do you think that could be? Mark's gone for Balor. I mean, if Sam was still in, Jess would know straight away if it was Balor or not. But it's definitely not Balor. Who else do we think it could be? It's not Gene Snitsky. Good guess again. It's not Randy Orton. I thought this one might have been a bit easier than what it seems to be. It's not Cena. It's not Adam Cole either, Mark. Aaron. Where is he? There he is. There it is. It is Captain Charisma himself. 2-0. Absolutely smashing the veterans at the minute who are in the chat. So it is Captain Charisma. It's Christian Cage, whatever you want to call him. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, we did, didn't we? We did this a long while ago, games like this. So let's get rid of Captain Charisma. If you'd have said Jay, I guess I might have. Probably. I probably would have for you, Mark. For you, I would. So we're going to talk about Penta now. So let me just swap him over. There we go. So Penta El Zero Miedo, Penta, whatever you want to call him. He's been a revelation, I think. Do you not? In WWE? Because coming in, I thought he's going to be another lucha that basically gets forgotten about after a little while. I mean, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. He's had 13 matches on WWE. And out of the 13 matches, he has only technically lost 3. He lost 1 to Bron Breakker by disqualification. That was on Monday Night Raw. He lost the triple threat match, Ludwig Kaiser, Penta, and Pete Dunne, and he lost that one, obviously, on Monday Night Raw about a month ago. And then he obviously lost the Royal Rumble. But I'm not counting that. That's why I said technically. Mark saying for him, Penta should be undefeated. Yep, I agree. But I don't think he should have been in the Intercontinental title match this soon. Jakeson, how are you doing, dude? So, are we going to do it? Zero. There we go. Just for the Penta fans out there. It is Raw, 8 p.m. tomorrow. It is. It definitely is, dude. 8 p.m. indeed. It's the last Raw in Europe for this run, definitely. I agree. Yeah. Good question. I know. Yeah. Aaron's in. His matches are entertaining to watch, but I think we'll get tied to tag division with Ray. I don't know if he will, mainly because there are very strong rumours that he's going to be coming out on SmackDown this coming week. And if he is coming out on SmackDown this week, Penta obviously being on Raw keeps them separate. I think you'll keep them separate for a long while and you don't have them team up. Maybe earliest at Royal Rumble, have them work together. If you're going to strap the rocket to one of these, start it at the Royal Rumble. But for Penta, his first few matches, he had Chad Gable, Pete Dunne, and Ludwig Kaiser. He's also been up against Grayson Waller, Joaquin Wilde, and most recently, apart from the house show, against Bron Breakker. So he has had some high quality opponents. I mean, Chad Gable could make a broom look good, so could Pete Dunne. Ludwig Kaiser is doing absolute phenomenal work, and he was getting cheated a lot in the European tour. So there could be a potential face run for him at some point. But Penta, where do we want to see Penta go if he's not going to be with his brother Ray? Do we want to see him in Intercontinental Championship matches or US title? Or do we want to see him moving further up the card, maybe challenging for the world title at some point? Does Black's meant to be appearing after WrestleMania by the looks of it? Will they change Rey Fenix's name due to Rey Mysterio? I don't think they are. As far as I am aware, Triple H is keeping Rey Fenix as Rey Fenix. Every single part of Rey Fenix's character name is staying the same. Good night, Michael. See you tomorrow, dude. Hope you have fun. Don't forget, 8 o'clock start UK time, because the card for Raw in London is stacked. Cena and Cody, 3. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. That's going to be quite fun. AO versus Rhea for the world title with Bianca Belair as a special guest referee. And then Gunther versus Big G. So that is going to be great. CM Punk's advertised. Jey Uso appears. Penta and Braun versus Finn and Dominic. It's going to be mental. I can't wait for it. And the only way to find out exactly what's happening as it happens is right here with us. So, yeah, I think Penta, further down the line, I want him to be in a multi-man match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. If you want to do a ladder match, brilliant. If you want to do any form of multi-man match at WrestleMania, brilliant. Because I think he will really excel in these. If you are having Rey Fenix debut on Friday, put him in this match as well. And just have these two guys go for spots. It's going to make the WrestleMania show feel absolutely epic. I remember the Money in the Bank ladder matches, and for years, that was probably my highlight of the WrestleMania. Should have made it a ladder match. I think they might do further down the line, Mark. Jack's going to miss these decent start times. I know. Going in from work, having something to eat, chilling out for an hour, and then watching wrestling. It's the dream. But for me, yeah, Penta could be a solid main eventer, and I just think he needs to get a mid-card title under his belt for a little bit. Once he does that, I think it will really help his presentation, because we know he can hold tag titles. He's held tag titles in every promotion he's been in, pretty much. But singles titles, Lucha Underground, I think was one of the big places that he held singles title. So I think, yeah, give him mid-card title on his own. No need to have Rey Fenix nearby, because he will still excel. NXT Stand and Deliver on day one of Mania is now 9:30 local, 5:30 whole time. I will double check that. Jack likes the idea Daz has put forward of putting Penta in LWO. I think it would work, but I think he would have to be the leader and build the faction around him rather than having Rey Mysterio, Joaquin Wilde in there. Because there's just that many people he could get lost in the shuffle with. That's what I'm worried about for Penta going into a faction like that. So there we go. There's another one. Love the colour of that outfit. And I do want to see more Penta matches where he gets a bit of free reign. Do we think further down the line he could have a big match against his brother as a WrestleMania match? Because we've had brothers fight at WrestleMania. We've had the Hardys. We've had Gimme and Jey Uso. We've had the Hearts themselves. So Mark's got some more info. TNA digital title will go and the new title will come in. It'll be called the TNA Intercontinental title. Nice. I'm excited for that. Eventually, yes, I think. Yeah. I think that was for the Penta stuff. That outfit's been, yeah, I love that colour blue. Take Faces, Kane, Kayfabe Brothers, another one, yeah. Great show, I forgot about that one. But yeah, we have had brothers fight at WrestleMania, so I think this is where you could end up and just have an absolute spot fest. So that was the Penta. So we are going to have no, not because I didn't get another one ready. I was going to say we're going to have another Nips game, but we are not. We are going to open the other package in a second. And then with that, it's going to be quiz time. So PCO destroyed the title, so they have had no choice. Yeah. Surprising not to call the TNA South American title. I mean, it could have been called the, I don't know, River Nile title, and it could have been ridiculous. But TNA pull off ridiculous quite well. So this little package I bought as a random treat to myself. It is a WWE trading card in, I can't remember what it is. Let me bring up the advert and I'll tell you, and I'll read exactly what it says. I'll turn the volume down because we don't want rubbish on. Orders, where is it? So, one WWE sealed encased trading card. So, with that, it's all it says is one sealed encased trading card. As far as I'm aware, it's part of the Topps collection. So they are seeming to do a lot of big stuff. Signed cards, autographs, multiple autographs, gold, one of ones, like pieces of ring gear, stuff like that. So I thought, as a treat for you guys, I'll treat myself to one. They should have called it the Bring Gail Kim back. Bring Gail Kim title back. Yeah. TNA Wet Wang Yorkshire Belt. It could be called the Yorkshire Pudding and Gravy belt. I'd want to win that. So this one, yeah, I'm going to do that and that way, just so you don't see where I live. So it does come in a WWE logo stickered bag. So I still don't have a clue what it is. What would we like to see? What do you want? Who do you want to see in here? Obviously, we'd like some of the big names: Rock, Hogan, maybe not Hogan, Rock, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Cody, Cena. I mean, Becky Lynch should be amazing. Who was your pick before I open it? One name in the chat. We've got 7 people in, so I want 3, 4 names. Jake, Jack, Mark, Daz, if you're still there. Aaron. There we go. Warrior, Undertaker. Jake, who do you think? So you're going to find I'll be under your bed one night. If this is Hogan, put up for charity. Jack's got Naked Midian. So we've got Warrior, Taker, Naked Midian. I'd take Cody. I'd take Randy Orton, Jake's gone for. I'd take that. I'd take Punk. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think that tore all the way through. Or did it? No, that one. So I'm going to go as slow as I can. So I've already seen, I don't know if you can see that, it's a 9.5 graded. So I'm going to do it as I'm watching my screen. Can we see anything there? Oh, WCW, this is old school. Is that, I can't see. That Ric Flair. Ric Flair. Let's have a look. So Ric Flair 9.5 from 1991. That is beautiful. So I'll see if I can get it where there's no sort of light reflection on there. There we go. So Ric Flair 1991 card. There we go. And the other side, Ric Flair predicting Sting's future. Sting, my friend, you're running around with a bad leg on borrowed time. That's fantastic. I love that. So it's from a company called Get Graded. Trading cards. But yeah, I mean, that is a great card. And I think, if I remember rightly, part of my WWE 2K18 box, where I got my Ric Flair from, I have actually got a little bit of the blue jacket that he wore on his retirement match at Wrestlemania. I'm going to have to try and dig that out now at some point. So it wasn't Cena, wasn't Sting, Matt Gorrit, Flair. Cena, so it's not Cena, Dusty. I might treat myself to another one. Just realised with them inducting matches into the Hall of Fame, got a bad feeling this is how they get Benoit in the Hall of Fame. It could be. But Tony Khan let Sting go to induct Lex at the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, I would love to see that. Do we think we see Sting's blonde or DDP at Mania? Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it is time. Get your phones out. We're going to do the GAHY quiz. So I'm just going to get it loaded up. So we are going to be doing the classic mode. Let's get that screen shared. There you go. As always, get your phones out. Get scanning the QR code. Put the game pin in. 99% sure Sting isn't doing the Hall of Fame for Lex, it's devastating. They won't put Benoit in the Hall of Fame, give over Mac. More chance of Jake going in. I mean, you never know. Sting's entire WWE run was very mid. It was such a shame. Guess you never heard of loopholes. Yeah, it could be a way to try and get someone else in the Hall of Fame that you might not have wanted in there. So go on then, get the game open. Kahoot.it. So let's put it in the chat. www.kahoot.it. There we go. Jack's already in. Who else is coming in? Aaron's in. Good lad, Aaron. Daz is in. Where's Mark? Jake, are you joining? Daz. Once we get you guys in, let's crack on, I think. I've only done 15 questions this week because I've had to do the full quiz today, which I normally have a week at least to prepare for. So Mark's in, Daz is in, Aaron's in, Jack's in, Jake, Daz, you join in? Well, so we are in. I think most of you are in. We're only waiting for a couple of you guys. What time is it? We've been streaming 55 minutes, 56 minutes. We'll give it another couple of minutes and then we'll get cracking. There we go. Did you mean to say the Ginger Beast? And you've just put Ginger Bees. So let's see. Are you jumping in, Daz? Let's get you in, and once you get in, we'll crack on. We have got 8 people in, but there we go. Jake's joined. Yep, Ginger Bees. Aaron, Mark, Jack, and Daz. Give it another minute. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, 8 PM UK time. We'll be starting a couple of minutes before, just so we can chat about the sort of what's booked for the show. Gingers are cool. Yep, I know. Yep, I know. I mean, Becky Lynch is probably one of my favourite gingers. Can't go wrong with Becky. Come on, Dazzy, jumping in. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds-ish. Yeah, we've got most people in. Daz, still waiting on you if you are going to jump in. It was only around a couple of minutes ago, so hopefully you haven't gone too far. And it is, as always, just straight, simple. Question will come up on the screen and on your phone, and tap the right answer. The faster you tap the right answer, there are more points available. And if you get more than one question right in a row, you do get a streak and get enhanced points. So some of them might be super easy and you go easy answer. Some of them might be a little bit harder. But I think I've given it enough time. Let's get going. So, brilliant. I didn't realise. Sorry, Daz. There we go. First question. Aoife Cusack is the real name of which wrestler? And obviously is a female wrestler. Which one's the right answer? So 3 of you got it right. Lyra Valkyria. Obviously, if you look at the name, it is quite an Irish sounding name and the only one that's from Ireland there. So Ginger Beast and Jack, not off the mark yet. How did you not get the Irish one there? Jack, that's disappointing. Next question, true or false? Andre the Giant was the very first Hall of Fame inductee. Is it true? Is it false? So Jack saying he got kicked out. Jump back in, Jack. You should be all right. So we've got 4 answers. True, he was the very first one, all the way back in 1994. He was the very first member of the Hall of Fame. It was posthumous, so it was after he sadly died. So let's have a look. So that one, it was made for him. It exactly was, Jake. That's the case. Told Ansel is in again. You'll let me know when you're in, Jack. So Mark, 2 in a row. Ginger Beast off the mark now. Daz and Aaron not far off. So we're going to give it another second just to see if we can get Jack back in. I don't know if I can change it on here to allow people to join in. Nope. so it doesn't let me actually change that. So the pin, Jack, is 7092629. Max put in the chat as well for you, dude. So we are going to hold off a bit. If you have just joined, there is the Kahoot.it pin at the bottom if you've got the app. If not, www.kahoot.it, and then just type the game pin in, put your code in that we have at the bottom of the screen, and then you will be able to join on as well. No good. That's a shame, Jack. Try it on a different device if you need to. But we'll jump on to the next question. So question number 3. Who did Hulk Hogan win the tag team championships with? And this is in WWE. Or WWF, if you like. He did win the tag titles with one of them. And it was Edge. It was a shocking one. Because I was like, definitely, it's going to be Randy Macho Man Savage. And it wasn't. It was Edge who got that one. It was Daz. Daz jumped up right behind Mark now. So we will go on to the next question. Number 4. Who was The Undertaker's first WrestleMania opponent? Nice and simple one, this one for people. There you go. So it was Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And it wasn't until WrestleMania 9 that he wrestled Giant Gonzalez. So it was a little bit later. Here we go. Jack's back in, off the mark, already. Aaron pulling up the rear. Ginger Beast jumping up as well. Let's go. Question number 5. Sami Zayn held more tag titles than singles titles in the WWE. Is that true or is that false? So it is false. He has only held 4 titles as a singles star. And I think he's held the tag titles 5 times off the top of my head. If I can't remember rightly. I wrote it earlier on. So pretty much everyone besides Ginger Beast got points there. So Daz, Jack, Mark and Aaron, if you get another one right, you've got a streak starting to build. Next question, here we go. How many times has Seth Rollins been at the top of the PWI 500? Has he won it? And if he has, how many times? It is 3 separate times he has been the Wrestler of the Year for the PWI. So let's have a look. Oh, look at that jump from Aaron. Jumped from the bottom up into bronze medal position. Very good jump. Next question. What year did Edge win King of the Ring? And look at that face. How old school is that look? For the benefit of those with flash photography. It was back in 2001. Brock Lesnar won it, I think it was 2002. And then we didn't see it for a long while, if I remember rightly. So who got that? There you go. Look at how quickly it can change. Jake jumps again from the bottom all the way up to 3rd place, but it's quite tight overall. Question number 8. Which WrestleMania debuted the Money in the Bank match? And I didn't go for an older photo because I might have given it away. But 3 of you got it right. Let's have a look which 3. There we go. Jack, Jake, and Mark all claiming a good handful of points. So we are up to question number 9. Ric Flair shares his nickname with which other wrestler? So he shares his nickname with one of them guys. Which one is it? And yeah, nice and simple one if you know a little bit of wrestling history. It is the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. And that is exactly where Ric Flair got his name from. There we go. Jake has got 3 answers right in a row. Look at how quickly he's moved up that leaderboard. Aaron, only a couple of 100 points behind Daz. Question right if you get it and Daz doesn't. straight back up. If you get it and Jack doesn't, you'll go up into third place. So again, very quickly this can change around. Next question, true or false? Are both members of the APA in the Hall of Fame? True or false? And that one, nice and easy. John Bradshaw Layfield and Ron Simmons. There we go. Everyone got a nice chunk of points. I didn't want everyone to get nothing this time, so a couple of easier ones. What year was the very first In Your House pay-per-view held? Was it all the way back in 1993, or was it 94, 95, or 96? And it was 1995. That was the very, very first one. So Jack, 4 answers right in a row. Look at that. Chasing Mark down for that leader spot. If you get the next one right, Jack, and Mark gets it wrong, you do go straight back ahead. But we've still got 4 questions left, so technically at the minute it is anyone's game. Who was the very first AEW Trios champions? There are some big names in there, some with WWE now, some with AEW, and it was the Elite. I had to double check that because I thought it was Death Triangle myself. So who said Death Triangle? Jake said Death Triangle. But again, look at how tight it is. If you go between them, so there is 4 points difference between Daz and Aaron. Next question. Dustin Rhodes was once known as the Golden Child. He obviously had the Goldust gimmick, but did he have another one? And he didn't. Well, definitely not as the Golden Child. So who got that? All top 3 pulled ahead a little bit more. Bronze, silver, and gold. Jack, 6 answers right in a row. Let's see if you can get 7. Razor Ramon versus 123 Kid wrestled in what match type at In Your House 6? Was it a hog pen match, crybaby match, kiss my foot match, or a steel cage match? And for those in the know, it was a crybaby match. Let's have a look. So again, all 3 in the lead. Pull a little bit further. I don't think, unless you get both right, Aaron, and Jake gets them both wrong, I don't think you can pull ahead, but you can make sure you secure that 4th place. Last question. Who invented the shooting star press? There is an iconic image of WrestleMania 19 when Brock almost broke his neck. And it was just Jushin Thunder Liger. Billy Kidman was one of the most renowned for it in WCW and WWE. So here we go. In bronze, we've got Jake. Well done, Jake. In silver, Jack, after that recent surge at the end. And winner, reclaiming his championship as the Hullywood champion, People's champion, whatever you want to call it. It's Mark with over 10,000 points. Well done, Mark. There we go. Let's give Mark a round of applause in the... Was you still champion, Mark? I can't remember if you got it or someone else got it last week, but yeah, you are still, and you are now the Hullywood champion. So I was going to say we'll give you a round of applause, but yeah, well done to Mark. You won the last one. Oh, you reclaimed your crown last week then. Week before. Well done. Yeah, everyone, really well done, Mark. Great knowledge as always. But from myself, I will be back tomorrow night. I will see if Ant is going to be back on Wednesday night for you guys. Jack won recently. I think he won the one the week before when I did the men's men's WrestleMania stuff, and then the week after, Mark won it back. But I hope everyone's had fun. We've had a good chat, as we always do on these. We've had a good bit of fun on the quiz, and I will try and make a bit of a longer one. I might just do a very long quiz. How would you guys feel about that? if I said like a 30-question quiz, or am I putting myself up for a lot of work here? Or what if I change the format? What if I do a slides one where it's the first person to put the correct answer in the chat? How does that sound? But with that, I want that one. 30 is a lot of work, I know. Even doing 15 is hard work when you are trying to think of things that you can do questions about. Yes, I thought you might. Yeah. See everyone tomorrow for the other Northlands derby. Yeah, if I did like, if I said who, I don't know, who was the person to defeat The Undertaker to break the streak, and it was the first person to put the answer in the chat, but I could have all the questions and all the answers in a slideshow, I might try that one. Yeah. If you do it in there very quickly, stops people chatting, it could do. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. So, like I say, with that one, it's one where I might play about with it. I might try it, see what people think, but I might just do a proper quiz like we've been doing. 20, 30, 40 questions. I'll see. But I'm going to give it probably a couple of weeks because we've got no pay-per-views coming up. AW Dynasty, I think is that next week? April 6th. So yeah, that's next weekend. It's on the Sunday night, so the week after, week commencing Sunday the 13th is probably when I'll do the next one. Like the 13th, but it would be a lot of work. Don't think we'd need to promote it a lot. I might, for the winner, I might. I don't know yet. I'll think about it. I will seriously think about it for you. But yeah, I mean, you've got what looks like a fantastic card for Dynasty. Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole, Jericho versus Bandido, Death Riders versus Rated FTR, Timeless Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne, Moxley versus Swerve, Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey. That's a cracking card. 41 questions for Mania. So if I said what if I said I will, the week before WrestleMania, do another one with 41 questions for you? That's quite bright on my face. So the week before WrestleMania, 41 questions. But I won't do another one before that, but we'll still have the chats. How does that sound? Because then we can build up and start promoting the quiz. Paid for that Ric Flair thing, you should be keeping it. I might do. Like I said, I've got that, but I've got a signed Ric Flair above me. Where is he? I've got a signed Ric Flair anywhere. So for me, great idea, Aaron. Question from each Mania. Do we know who will be streaming Mania? Who's the true workhorse on this channel, dude? Come on, you know it's going to be me. If we do a 41 quiz, we'd probably have to do it early in the day. If we did it the week before WrestleMania, it just basically means that we could just do a full video for the quiz. But yeah, I mean, we've got a certificate on the back, so we can see actually Rick signing it. But I think I might have to go with a question per WrestleMania. That to me is a great shout. So it's been great fun as always. It's been enjoyable. It's been good fun chatting with you guys. I hope you have a great week. I hope you all come back tomorrow from about 8 o'clock UK time for Monday Night Raw. I shall see you then.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Hall Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.